Hello. Good morning. It is morning indeed, isn't it? Whew, it's been a little bit since I've done one of these, hasn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it been? Just a little bit. Can you there, golly. Except I'm still barely. Let's go a little closer. Right there, maybe. Maybe that'll work. Possibly. Except I'm still bare. We're gonna have to live with it. Okay. Boom, boom. I gotta remember how this all works actually now again. Boom, ba-doom. Boom. Welcome to live chat. See, it makes me sign into chat every single stupid time, and it's like I'm not gonna do that on YouTube. I'm not gonna do that. That's why it pisses me off. But yes. Haven't done one of these in a little bit. Haven't done a little morning stream in a little while. I haven't streamed in a week, technically, since I did the Red Dead stream on last Thursday. I was gonna do some stuff last night, but then it just didn't end up happening, you know. But have I even done one of these this year at all? No. This is the first One Piece stream of the year. Because the last one came out in, when was it? When did it come out? I forget if it came out when I was in the... No, it came out when I was still in Florida. So, yeah. I wasn't sure if I was at the airport or if I was still doing stuff, but that's what happened. So that's why I didn't get one on the last one. And then there's just been breaks after break after break after break. It's just pretty much from here on out, it's going to be like every once in a while there won't be a break, but pretty much there's always going to be a break, which is fine if it's just consistent, but it's just not consistent still. And there's still just a kind of belief that oh, it's going to come out every week like it used to, but that's not the case anymore. But it hasn't been clear of it being hey, actually, no, it's not going to happen. I'm very tired still. I don't wake up this early. I wake up 2 minutes before I start work, literally most days. So just being awake at this time is already messing me up. And I already stayed up a little late playing poker too. So yeah, but it's fine. Where is the you? Just in case. Boop. We got you going right there. So I do got the chat up. Golly, where did I put that wrist brace? It was there. It was there for a second, and now it's just gone again because that's how the world works. But yeah. Let me see. What I need to do now. We're gonna boop that, and we are going to go to, what do I have it called? Do I have it called reaction scene? I do have it called reaction scene. Holy moly. That's incorrect. Why are you incorrect like that, sir? What made you want to live your life this way, I do declare? We'll keep that one on. And then we'll put a nasty filter on it, too. There we go. I think that's usually enough, right? For the most part. I think that's usually right. But yes. I think it's so. But I didn't talk about what happened in the last chapter. So we'll get to that. Yamato, whatever. Okay, I guess that's a good little twist of oh, she's a little stronger now. What's her name? Golly, I'm not remembering any of the people's names from Wano anymore. And then like this is an okay chapter from what I remember. We got the owl, so we know why the books go big. It's because of the owl, and the owl's very, very, very old. I guess it's kind of interesting that like okay, it wasn't like all Saul's doing like with this big like there was like a big Elbaf library with a big owl who did crazy owl stuff with book stuff before Saul showed up, you know. And then this is how I was actually wondering this a while back. I was like, oh, how do they get the news? How do they read the little newspapers? It's like, oh, they got the owl that makes the fangs big. The fishermen get while at sea. Okay, like they get the news. They get the news, you know? And F11 this too. Most of it's archaeology. I wonder if they have medical books. Like, he's going to keep saying that. Like, Chopper's just like, I wonder if there's medical books. Oh, I would love to see some medical books. Like, but, like, that's just, like, fluff. Unless, like, he says, like, unless he actually does something and says, oh, I learned this from a medical book in Elbaf, then I don't want to hear Chopper say, ooh, medical books, medical books, medical books. I don't want to hear that no more. Like, they better fucking learn something in this library, you know? It better not just be like, wow, cool library, neat, let's go. Zero information was learned from any of the books in the library, but it's cool that there's a library there. So, we'll see. And then they got this stuff. I mean, this is cool stuff. I like this, you know? First time we've seen advanced Conquerors hockey in, like, forever, and Luffy's using it on a child, you know? Or, actually, like, the blocking, like, before it even gets to you, that's so cool. That's, like, the coolest part of Wano was, like, that stuff, you know? And then we didn't see any of it in Egghead, which was, like, kind of a weird thing. It was just like, okay, I guess, these Gorosei, maybe could be punched by some advanced Conquerors hockey, maybe some awakened techniques, maybe some of this and that, but they're just like, we're just gonna ignore advanced Conquerors hockey. We're just gonna ignore that right now for this arc for pretty much no reason. Because Oda really likes to just focus on like one type of thing from now on in these arcs. So it's just like, okay, in Wano, we're not going to worry about Kaido being awakened, even though that's a big deal. Not going to worry about that. But then we get the opposite in Egghead, where it's just like, okay, we got to awaken people now. That's so cool. But like, where'd the advanced Conquerors hockey go? That big important thing that we're figuring out last arc. What happened there? So he's got to balance that better. But whatever. I like Colin. He's a cool guy. He's not a punk. He is a punk, but he's not like a loser like the rest of the children at Elbaf. Ripley is great. Love her. But she's taken by hopefully Scopper Gabon. That'd be cool. Who knows though? Who knows? That's the census now. A lot of people are being like, "Oh, that's not Scopper. No way, no way, no way." And I was always in the back of my mind, I was like, "I hope it's Scopper." I feel like Scopper's a cool guy. But or it could be like still a mystery person. Whoever had the gas mask on in the silhouette that we've seen the back of for a little bit. We're all just assuming it's that guy, Wow, the books are huge. And then this is the official, okay, all the stuff from Egghead, all the Lilith and the Bonnie stuff, all that important stuff that was like super important all last year, we're just going to put that, we're going to put that right over here. We're going to put that right over here now, don't worry about them. Don't worry about Bonnie. Don't worry about Vegapunk. Don't worry about Bonnie's character development or thinking she's going to be a Straw Hat or nothing. Don't worry about that. We're going to put Bonnie in a corner, her turning into Nika, stuff like that, whatever's happening with Kuma. We're just going to shut up. Fucking Optimum. All that stuff, all that crazy stuff from last year. Just going to put that in a corner over here. We're not going to worry about that, And then Chopper's like, I don't want to do things. I'm going to stay over here. And then Frankie's like, oh, this is the tree that built the Summy. And then he's like, oh, there's actually several of them. So, which is interesting. And then they all get their new costumes, which is neato, I guess. I'm kind of sad the cowboy hat is gone. You know, they're all right. Nothing crazy. They're generic Viking stuff. I forget if Frankie had a similar looking thing in Dressrosa with his hair. I don't think he's ever had like the Viking. Well, that's not his hair though. That is, what is that? It like goes down to his ears. I don't know. And then Robin looks pretty good. Looks looks nice. Modest enough, you know. It's not creepy like the other one, you know. He feels stronger. You know what? If Frankie feels stronger and it shows that he's actually stronger, then that's great. But I doubt that's the case. You know what? I'm starting to not trust Gert. I feel like she's in on it with Rode, you know. She's being just as weird, but she's like, oh, no, I'm not that weird, you know. I have the exact same hobbies as this other guy, you know. But, like, it's not weird when I do it, you know. It's always, you know, when guys are nerdy, you know, it's like, ugh, it's weird. But, like, when girls are nerdy, it's like, oh, it's cute, you know. Shut up. I gotta find my wrist brace, though. We haven't even started yet, by the way. We haven't even started on the actual chapter yet, but we'll get there. I was fucking wearing it earlier today, and I took it off for like a second for some reason, and then it's just in a different fucking room. Why is it fucking compared to the ether of the universe? Why is it up here? God damn it. Fuck you. Good start. Fucking grumpy. Grumpy. Just had to do all this shit too. It's so fucking tight on me. I just love waking up with just terrible wrist pain before I even started work, you know? I gotta get a new fucking chair, you know? Well, it doesn't just fucking descend all the time. See, there I go already. Down I go. And we get this thing. So the two crazy guys, the thing I was going crazy over. They're like, hey, we're looking for Loki, which is like, okay, that's what they're doing. That's interesting. Cool. Now I'm too tall for this. Whatever. It's great. Going all around on this. We're looking for Loki. And then she goes, da 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 da. And then weird stuff just goes. Is she shooting stuff out? I don't know. And then you hear a crack. And he goes, ah. And he goes, ah. Crack, crack. And I'm not sure what's going on with this. Maybe. This is the first time I've actually seen this not on a phone screen, so. So she's doing something crazy. Don't know, though. But these God's Knights, they're popping off already. But another chapter where it's just like, okay, so they actually make it to the fucking banquet, and they're actually doing banquet stuff. They do not. Shut up. I'm done. I'm taking all this off. I'm taking this off. I'm tired of these fucking notifications. Not looking at that shit. Boop, boop, boop. Dang, I was a 3 at some point when I left. And they were like, 3 cheers. We're doing a banquet. We don't deserve it. Not after Egghead. Not really. They didn't even mention that anyways. They're just like, You helped us all in the past, which is like cool. Where that monster Kaido and Big Mom fell in battle. Yeah, yeah. Sanji's looking cool right there, not gonna lie. So we'll be like, yeah. Is Road being crucified in the shot anywhere? No. But they're all like, 3 cheers. And they're like, this is the guy from Sabaody. So people remember that now, which is nice. I swear that said 3 earlier. Who knows? I guess we need a Stanson refresher. So I guess Stanson is probably going to die. So that's good to know. Speaking of going to die, we got Jarul, 408, and he's got a sword in his thing. He's got a sword in his head. And that was funny. I remember laughing when I saw that. All right. Now let's actually get to the actual chapter. Nope. Whatever that was. I didn't mean to do that. Is that actually going to work? Oh, nope. Okay. Cool. All right. Now, we're finally getting into the chapter. One Piece, chapter 1136. The country that awaits the sun. Ooh. Only child Yamato in the weird pilgrimage. A hidden base in Udon. Oh no. Was Who's Who behind it all? What? 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 Brother. He did not have the... So that's like Onigashima. It's the Onigashima head. But instead it's... Who's Who? Who's Who? Who do you think you is, sir? Goodness gracious. Okay. So who's behind stealing the sword? Trying to steal the sword. Which, I don't know where the sword is. Sword isn't in the thing. Also, where's Tama? Is Tama even there no more? I don't even see Tama unless she's on her back. I don't know what's going on with Speed's backside. I don't know what's on Speed's back right there. Weird. What happens if I click? Nothing. Good. Greato. I still don't really care about this Yamato thing. Still not great. I still need something. I need some... Tama's probably on the back of the dog. Lion dog. It's so tasty. This moose reminds me of dinosaur meat. That's because it is a dinosaur, Luffy. Okay. He chilled out on New Year's. Cool. They're quite tricky to catch. As ferocious as they are delicious. You're not the one who caught it. No task is too great if it's for our one savior. I appreciate it, Hiruden. Stanson. Digaga. Glad you like it. Oh, that's Luffy saying that. Well, that's nice. He's being like, thank you for the meat. That's good. Luffy's eating meat. Luffy's in tip-top shape. So we got Colin running around doing the Nika pose. Why is he Nika posing like that? Why are you Nika posing like that, sir? I know the thing, this is the country that awaits the sun or whatever. Is that what it's called? Golly. So he's already in there Nika posing. Who is this lady right here with the striped pants? Who dat? We gonna find out? Probably not. But golly, who dat though? It's rare for humans to make it all the way to the Sun Realm. Most confuse the underworld for Elbaf proper and flee before they find their way up here. Listen up. The mighty Oars was a warrior legendary even to you giants. He'd tower over any of you 3 times over. And guess who finally finished him? That's right. It was me. Way to go, Cat Moose. There we go. Why? You're lying even to the giants themselves. Like, you're in Elbaf and you're looking up to these people and you're already trying to glaze up to them. The mighty Oars was a warrior legendary even to you giants. He towered any of you 3 times over. Guess who finished him? That's right. It was me. That's good. There's good Usopp stuff. Good Good old-fashioned lion. We love that. Wow, your skin is blue. You should see Fishman Island. There's as many skin tones as there are fish in the sea. Oh, we got who's who at the top. Are we back to racism today? They had to sprinkle that in. They had to remind us of the rate of the of the racism from who's who at the very beginning, and then they're gonna bring it back in the actual chapter. It's great. I've always wanted to see a mermaid. No shame in that. They're a sight to behold. Mermaid Cove is more enticing than heaven itself. Segoy. That said, my heart soars just as much when I see you giant ladies. Oh, Sanji-kun, you're so silly. It's cute. Oh, dang, that girl's got a hat. That girl's got a cap. That girl's got a big old baseball cap with a big old bill. Woo! Beauty's everywhere. I look, I'm getting buried in babes. I mean, Sanji's living the dream. As you think, yeah. My heart soars just as much when I see you giant ladies. I still hope he comes around to choosing one person at the very end, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen or if he's just going to be like this forever. Probably just be like this forever. The whole pudding thing, I mean, whatever. We're not on that no more. He's going to be this character forever. No character development for the Straw Hats anymore. We're too far in for character development, that's for sure. And what are you? Who? Me? I can answer with my own blues. My, what the heck am I? Diddy, yeah. My, what the heck am I? Diddy, yeah. I guess it's a big wide world out there. Let's toast to it. So is this just like a calm before the storm? We're just getting a little bit of just haha, Straw Hat shenanigans before the actual, gates burst open and we see crazy stuff. We will see. Hopefully things happen in this arc and it's not just, we'll see. Maybe I literally have to wait one panel because I see some stuff going on down there. I'm surprised so many giants have ever gone out to sea. Have never gone out to sea. Yeah. I kind of assumed they were all pirates. Yeah, it was kind of unclear. It was kind of unclear on, the hierarchy of things on, who's a pirate and who's not and, where the pirates are in conjunction to the giant Elbaf government and if they're liked or if they're disliked or what. Oh, is that Road? Namitaso, I will apologize to you. This is a straw hat about before. It's the sun god. He's just out, too. He ain't gonna be forgiven that easily, but beating a proper apology out of him was the least we could do. Gerdo Tasso's this sadistic side really makes my heart flutter. Oh, he's just being a weirdo. But you know what? Y'all have common interests, Y'all like humans. Y'all like dressing them up and stuff. You got common hobbies, You just gotta... You gotta figure out how to get in there, Mr. Road. You gotta figure out how to get in there. You just gotta be not weird. You just need some help, Don't sweat it. It's not like anyone died. Except that rabbit! You killed his rabbit! You killed his pet rabbit, Zoro! You can't say that! You burned him! He's nothing but bones now! We saw it! You can't say that. No one died. Although that's only because Usopp stopped me. Is that true? When did that happen? When did Usopp say, don't kill Road, or don't kill any of the other people around? When was it just you and Usopp? I don't even remember. If he didn't, it would have been your head. When did he do that? Did I miss that? The whole don't kill him? But he's acting. What is Zoro? Okay, Zoro's trying to be cool. I feel like it should be working on me. I feel like I should be looking at this and being like, oh man, Zoro's cool for making Road look stupid. And then he falls over. I'm done. I'm not gonna voice all this laughing stuff and like weird noises. Who's saying yeah? I can't even hear. Don't tell me you picked a fight without checking their current bounties. You never stood a chance. Well, that's good to know at least. Like, you never stood a chance, you know. When the whole sun god thing came out and stuff, people were like, oh, maybe, I don't know. This guy could be really strong. He's really big. Look at the proportions. The proportions, though. He's bigger than a regular giant. And it's just like, is he, though? Apparently not. I mean, he's kind of tall, but don't hold back next time. Nah. You ain't getting in there. You ain't getting in there. There's no chance for you, Road. She's so harsh. I can't get enough. If you're just going to be weird like that, if you're fine just being at that point, then I guess that's fine. Come on, everyone. Come on. Everyone born here on Elbaf shares the same dream to become the next sun god and rule the world. Okay, that's interesting. Everyone... Don't hold back next time. Come on. Everyone here born on Elbaf shares the same dream to become the next sun god and rule the world. Sun god? Have you not heard that word? Has Zoro has seen Gear 5. Everyone's seen Gear 5 at this point. Zoro hasn't like been around Luffy during Gear 5 because he was unconscious in Wano, and then he was, you know, stalling base Lucci and Egghead for most of it, so. Did he? I guess at the very, very end, he saw Gear 5. Like, right at the very end when he got on the boat. Like, when they left Egghead. That may be, like, the only time he's actually seen that. He wasn't around when Vegapunk was ever talking about the Sun God. He probably wasn't listening in on the broadcast, so. Are you kidding me? The Sun God isn't a ruler? That's right. He's the god of liberation. There we go. More like destruction. You're wrong. Everyone knows he was the god of laughter. Okay, so a lot of people don't agree on what the sun god is, because I guess it's been so long that a lot of people are like, I don't even know. I don't know what my religion is. What does our god do? I don't remember. Is that just, that's just how religion works in Japan? It's just like, what does this deity do? I don't know. He does something. He does whatever he wants, I guess. He does whatever I say he wants. It's getting rowdy. What's this about a god? The sacred Harley text. What? So everyone's just fighting. Rhodes not feeling good again. The sacred Harley texts have been passed down for generations in Elba. Okay, so there is stuff. Why would you have disagreements on what they are if there's literal text, whatever? The legends are written in an archaic language, so there have been... What if I just read? I'm pulling a Parvision over here where I'm just, like, theorizing without finishing the fucking sentences. Fuck. I don't got a lot of time left. No one can say for sure which translation is accurate, and this is the result. According to the Harley texts, Harley. Who's Harley? Someone from the ancient kingdom, you know? Is this like is this like the gospel? Is this one of the disciples? Is this the Simon Peter of Joy Boy, you know? The world has already been destroyed twice before. Huh, so it's probably not someone from Joy Boy's time. It's probably someone from after. And the name of the sun god Nika is evoked after... Maybe it's not. Maybe the Void Century. Maybe there was a Void Century before the Void Century. Is evoked after each instance. Nika. You've heard this word? You've heard of this before. You've heard this word before. Why are you just saying that ... Like, I get that, like, okay, he's stupid, and he doesn't, like, get it, and it doesn't matter to him, and that's cool and stuff, but, like, at a certain point, he's gotta stop feigning ignorance. Like, he has heard the word sun god, Nika, Joy Boy. He has heard those words so many fucking times. Like, you gotta start putting. You can't stop fake. You got to figure something out, Luffy. I don't have to say you have to like figure. You have to put all the things together. You got to be, but you got to. I don't know. Have like some questions about this. I don't know. Because she heard, Bonnie say, "Give me and Nika his future." Boy, howdy, sure would have been good if Bonnie was here. But no, y'all, no. Oda was like, no, Bonnie gonna go in this little box. Bonnie's gonna stay in the library from now on for the rest of the arc, for the rest of the series, possibly, until Kuma comes back, until Kuma and Vegapunk come back. So Bonnie, I'm gonna put that in the corner over there. What the fuck's a Buccaneer? Who the fuck knows? We'll figure that out eventually. Is that gonna show up with Kuma? Or is there gonna be other Buccaneers? Like, how are we gonna learn about other How are we gonna learn about like what's special about Buccaneers? Because I feel like it's not gonna be through Kuma anymore. It's gonna have to be through the introduction of another Buccaneer, because Kuma and Bonnie are just out of the story at this point. Which is like whatever. Nika. Who can say if he was the world's savior or the great destroyer who brought it crashing down? Are these texts that bad that you can't tell the difference? Ooh. Oh, there's some bad translations, sir. All we know for sure is that he heralds great change. That's why the rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika. So we're getting Nika. We got Nika stuff and Fishman racism stuff with the Who's Who cover story. It's weird how that all intertwines again. It's just weird. Like, did Oda think about that? That like, oh, I'm going to put Who's Who in the cover story around the same time I'm going to talk about Nika and Fishman racism again. I'm sure he didn't think about that. I don't know. He heralded a great change. The rulers of the day always tend to fear Nika's return. Nika. Okay, he's thinking. Luffy's thinking. That's a cool. He's got a sword and a shield, and the shield looks like the shield or the iconography that Road had. And all that looks like more like the goopy version of Gear 5 when it first came out. This looks like a more Gear 5 version of the Nika pose that we like first saw. I wonder if how intentional like the shot from Skypiea was back in the day. I wonder if that was like like he drew that, and he was like, oh, and then like thinking back, he was like, oh, I really like this, I'm gonna hone in on this, or if he was thinking like at the time, like, oh no, this is an important thing. I don't know, but interesting. He's got a sword and shield in this version. Zoro, not a lot of shield people. How many sword and shield characters anymore? Isn't it weird? You know what? Isn't it weird that no swordsman in One Piece, no like big swordsman in One Piece, use shields as well? No one's a sword and board, Like there are some, like Cracker, but like there's not a lot. Nika. That's the guy Bonnie mentioned. There we go. Okay, cool. So we can't feign ignorance on when people say that word anymore. Yes, the sun god has become a symbol, someone the hopeless and desperate turn to for salvation. They say Nika is adorned by white clouds, with white hair and white clothes to boot, and he is said to have a contagious booming laugh. No wonder everyone's been saying I look familiar. He's not going to put the pieces together, though. But I'm sure he's got nothing to do with me. Don't be so dismissive, Straw Hat. So when they're like in Egghead, like, oh, should I say Sun God? It's just because like, oh, he like looks like him, kinda. But they're not like, oh, he is the Sun God, They're not at that point yet, in the same way that like Bonnie is. You'd understand if you were born on Elbaf. We all look up to Nika. Not to defend Rodo, but he wasn't lying about us all sharing the same dream. So they all look up to Nika, but they all want to also become Nika, too. I guess by, like, because it could be like a title, I don't know, that you could earn. I don't know. Loki was the same. He was saying, "Oh, I'm the sun god." He was like, "I am." See, everyone's like, "Oh, I want to look up. I want to become the sun god." And Loki's like, "I am the sun god. Thank you very much." I believe his motive for Harold's murder was to attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. So to bring about great change, and the great change was to, hey, get this ball rolling on Elbaf being not whiny again. Nothing can justify what he did, Elder. Was his attempt to follow in Nika's footsteps. Is this the first time Loki's been mentioned in Hiruden's thing? Loki. So he's a good guy? No way! Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. Loki, so he's a good guy. So he might be like, okay, maybe I'll get this key for him. He's the accursed prince. There was a prophecy before Loki was born that foretold that King Harold would be slain by his son. Then shortly after his birth, the royal steed... Oh, no! Oh, no, there was a prophecy saying, oh, your your son's going to kill you. So then he probably was like, well, I'm going to treat him poorly so he doesn't kill me. And then treating him poorly made it to where he killed him. I'm assuming it's how this is going to go. Tales all this time, knowing the prophecy, made the prophecy come true. The royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. Oh, there's big horses. That was the same year that Lilin murdered the legendary hero Jarul. Yes, because that's when Loki was born. Same time as Road. Same year as Road, though. I mean, you could say it's all because of Road, too. After his birth, the royal steed, the horse of fortune, died. And the tragedies kept coming. A year later, the queen herself passed on. The princeling would go on to use his natural strength to make the realm of the dead his own personal playground. He killed many of those ferocious beasts and tamed the rest. He even released a few into the villages. And that was all by the age of 10. Well, Hiruden, are you going to be like, that's my brother, by the way? He was an arsonist. Loki's mischief endangered countless lives. Okay, so he's being a little mischievous little guy. Oh, he's got the big Loki, actual Loki horns, too. Which I don't know if he had beforehand, but he's got them now. This is more of a... This is a Luffy-esque looking guy, you know? A mischievous little guy, a little lanky guy. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. This is just a big nothing's going on. This is just a big lore drop chapter, which is fine. But hopefully we get some action soon. I'm ready for some Elbaf for a big old fight. Maybe it's just because I've been watching I've been reading, and I watched all JJK, and I'm like, this is great. These are amazing fights. And like the pacing of just like lore dumps versus like fight sequences and stuff has been balanced good. And it is not an Elbaf so far. He had the authority of a prince and a malicious personality. He caused hell whenever the king wasn't looking. Then finally, in that very castle, Loki killed King Harold. These other guys better pop off, by the way. These Shank, Stabs, and Girl better like show up in this chapter, for goodness sake. Loki killed King Harold, the greatest monarch Elbaf ever knew. A splendid wise man who tried to connect with the outside world. This is probably a red herring. He probably sucked. To get people... He's like cloaked in shadow right now, so it's like... To get people to see beyond Elbaf's feared reputation. as a land of warriors. I feel like we would have known about that, but I don't know. Lord Ja Rule was stabbed trying to stop Loki. My helmet saved me in the end. It didn't save anything. Just went right through his brain. That is very funny. But I still don't understand. So he's just like an elder. He's just like part of like a counselor or something. He's just an old guy that people respect. But does he have like authority? What is Ja Rule all about, you know? If there's a king, you know, what does Ja Rule even do? I don't know. Who knows? No one knows. No one ever knows. No one knows the hierarchy. No one knows what any of these people do. Loki's reign of terror finally came to an end 6 years ago. He was running amok at sea when red hair... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, 6 years ago, which is around the time when he became an emperor. Is that why he became an emperor? Is because he stopped Loki? Shanks really came here? Yeah, in fact, he was just here earlier. I'm not sure where he went off to, though. So that means that he would know information about Shanks. But, like, why would you care about where he is? I mean, someone else could tell you besides Loki. He was at Wano, too. You just missed him. Why are you dotting over? You don't know nothing about Shanks. You're, like, the least, like, important... like person, not like compared to like Usopp or something. It's just like why do you care about Shanks? What do you have to say about the red hairs? I don't know. Why you dotting Zoro? I'm not sure he went off to though. Well, we don't know where he went off to. What's he up to? We don't know what he's been doing since he defeated Kid. He left, but we don't know where he went. He's probably not too far gone. He might come back. I thought you were acting weirdly on edge earlier. That explains it. You realize he's a reviled Kingslayer, right? Everything he told you was obviously just a lie. Oh. So he figured out that like he figured out that Luffy met him. Oh, look at that. Interactions between Luffy and Zoro. A conversation between Luffy and Zoro. When was the last time we had a conversation between Luffy and Zoro? Like just the two of them, actually. What? What is going on? Character writing that's not just lore dumps in One Piece? In my One Piece? Character stuff instead of world building? In my One Piece, what? He said he knew where Shanks was. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? I thought you didn't want to do it until you're ready, you know? Yes, I've heard it about 1,000 times. Sounds to me like he was using that to trick you. How would you know? You've never met Loki yourself. Luffy, you gotta be a smart captain, though. You gotta be smarter than this. Like this is better than Zoro being like, if Usopp wasn't there, I would have killed you, Rodo. That part was lame. But him just being like, hey, Luffy, use your brain. Use your brain for 5 seconds. I use just whatever the link Discord is on, the One Piece. It's not the official, but there's a big One Piece Discord. And I always just click on the link that they do. That's usually the best one. I don't use the actual TCB website. I've been using that, but sometimes when you click on it, you get real bad, not safe for work pop-up ads, and that's not great. So I don't use the TCB website anymore. Not that I can even find it. I think they changed it again. So, but it's just some weird link in the One Piece Discord. Hopefully you're doing good. I'm still reading the chapter. Do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? I know you want to see him again. I don't know. I feel like this goes against like the whole like adventure thing, you know, like in Sabaody, where it's like, don't tell me where the One Piece is, or spoilers, you know. But now it feels like he's getting like impatient a little bit. Like Luffy's like, okay, like I beat Kaido. Can I just see Shanks now? What else do I gotta do before? Shut up! Why does my phone gotta just yell all the fucking time when I'm trying to do this shit? I guess I got 5 minutes left before I got work, so I gotta finish this shit in 5 minutes. I don't know, but Luffy's getting impatient. Luffy's ready. I think this must be Oda saying like, okay, Luffy's ready to meet Shanks at this point. But this is interesting because there's a fake Shanks on the island right now. So, do you have any idea how badly I want to see him again? I feel like you're going to see him real soon. How would you know? You've never met Loki before. I haven't. I'm just guessing based on his reputation. I'll tell you everything I know. That includes Redhaird's current whereabouts. Okay, so Luffy actually, I don't know. He's actually, I don't know. He's doing that. If that was really a lie, I'm going to send him flying. Okay, well, you needed help. Luffy needed a little bit of help to, use a little bit of common sense, but at least he's at that point. If you're sneaking off to do what I think you are, did you seriously expect to find your way there without me? Oh, Nami. Nami's the best girl. I love this image of Nami. Listen up. Luffy will get the key. But if he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it. They're just all they're all in on it. Oh boy. So I did not realize that's where this was going. I did not realize that they were all going to be in on it. I thought there was going to be like oh no, Luffy's going to do a bad thing, and then the crew's going to be mad at him. But no, they're in on it. We'll get the key. Cool. But I guess Luffy's like, you know what? If he's a jerk, I can handle him. Which, personally, I'm like, okay, if Zoro and Luffy tag team and Loki, like, no shot. They got it. I think they got it, I think that's a good fight. If he pulls anything funny, we'll have to take care of him. Got it. Thanks. Oh, Zeus is here. We haven't seen Zeus in a fucking while, have we? No, that's not true. We saw him in Legoland. But why is this guy here? He's my new slave. I'm truly blessed. Don't forget, I'm her number 1 slave, and Sanji's number 2. Well, you're a partner now. Don't be like that. You're not a part. You had character development in Wano, Zeus. And Sanji's number 2. That's pretty funny though. Strong girls get my blood pumping. Don't say weird stuff like that. He's been struck by lightning, literally. Nami, isn't it neat? We're both navigators. Don't ever try to get close to me again. Yes, ma'am. They are navigators. So I guess that will help him here. It feels wrong for the guests of honor to bail so early. Good, you don't deserve the banquet anyways. Get some stuff going, I brought some meat. Have you tried this moose? They're all in a drunken stupor now. They probably can't remember what they're celebrating. You know what? I actually agree with that, Road. What the fuck are we celebrating? Nothing. Just them being here. What? Them escaping Egghead? Pfft. Them running away? We're celebrating them running away? We're celebrating them defeating Kaido? They already had a big banquet for that. Like, literally, I don't remember what they're celebrating at this point because they don't need to have the celebration. I was hoping something would happen beforehand. Say, if all the treasure in the castle suddenly disappeared, would that be a problem, Rodo? My vision is awful, so I'm sure I wouldn't even notice. You had this in mind since the beginning, didn't you, Nami? Huh? Your eyes. Okay. None of that. She's not actually going to take it. Remember when she was like that in Egghead? She was like, oh, there's crazy jewels and stuff in here. There's a lot of weird stuff in, like, this one specific hallway. I guess we learned about the green blood has not been mentioned in a very fucking long time. I feel like there was other, like, weird stuff on that level. Like, there was, like, weird, like, jewels that was just never brought up. Weird laugh. So that's what it is. If I understood you correctly, then I'm afraid I'll have to step back and refuse your offer. I'm sure it's an honor to be invited to join your noble knights. But that would make you celestial dragons, right? Do you really expect anyone on the planet to willingly become scum like that? Do we have any intel? All the informants we sent to Elbaf reported a giant crow heading for them before their transmissions got cut off. Their weakness is beyond belief. Huh? All the informants we sent to Elbaf reported a giant crow heading for them before their transmissions got cut off. So whenever people... Ooh, so some of the people in the Lego world were informants of the Holy Knights. Interesting. Okay, Rhoda was doing some good stuff then. I'm done just standing by and listening. This is the definition of impertinence. Okay. I won't let it stand. Gunko? Your name's Gunko? Come on. Okay, maybe it's Junko. Maybe it's Junko, but no, I'm reading that's Gunko. Gunko. Not wearing pants, but it's still a cool design, you know. Got that number 3, you know, that caribou, actually, looking stuff. I like the hat, though. And I like the weird eyeballs, too. It's not emu, so I was wrong about that. Don't be hasty, Gunko. All right, I'm going to take a close work of that big dog, probably. Dog, ga. Eat him up, wolf. That wolf is dead. Hey, stay back if you want to keep breathing. Oh, though, but that's the arrow that Emo is using. Maybe it is Emu still. Maybe it is Emu. Maybe it is Emu. Probably not. Let's see. But she's got like a little like, oh no, don't choke the doggy. Man, what? What's up with you just like drawing people not wearing pants though? Nowadays, you know? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? That's cool though. She got like a big cape though. And then she goes, whoop. Wolf! Oh no! If we were to spare him, would you change your mind? Oh no, but does he care about the doggy? So that's how you operate, huh? Well, if that was your offer, you are a big mass murderer. Why do you care about a dumb dog? Maybe it's because it's your dog. Well, I'd accept my friend's fate and wish him peace and death. It's okay to grieve and rage, but a warrior never kicks and screams in the face of death. He's like, okay, well, she killed a dog, so that's not a great start. Not a great start. I'll swallow all my fury and use it to fuel me when I reduce this world to rubble. Proud proclamation. You know what? Maybe letting him. I don't know. I don't know if letting him go is the best idea right now. I mean, you do got 2 holy knights you're having to deal with right now. So, part of me is like, okay, well, you know what? They might need help with that, but I think we don't get a break. Finally, we don't get a break. It's about dang time, you know. It's about gosh darn time, I do declare. But, you know, he does that, and it was like, you know, like, if you want to join, if you don't join, I'll kill your dog. And he's like, you know what? Nah. I'm going to let my dog die, and then my anger is going to help me win this, actually. And I'm not going to join you. Wolfie, no. Not the Wolfie. Why you gotta kill the dog? What is this, a JoJo? What is this, JoJo? You know, you can't go killing dogs. Oda. Is this the first dog death? I mean, maybe there was a little dog on Lulucia, but how many doggy deaths have we gotten? I don't know. I'm not sure. But, you know, neato at the end. I don't know if I like Gunko's design or not. So she turns. So she's a I would assume a paramecia. Probably not a Logia. I mean, like, she's actually turning into it, though. So she's like, what is she? What is this? A thread? A cloth? Like, is this just cloth or thread or line? Or is it like an abstract thing? Like, I'm a line human. I don't know. I guess Gunko could... No, we're going to say Gunko's a girl because of the no pants thing. Well, I mean, if you look at Frankie, though... I mean, it depends on who's animating. Some Frankie shots are like, oh, there's something under there, and then some there's like, oh no, that's like clear. So, but this we're not gonna think about that. Whatever. We dealt with this all throughout Egghead with Nami, so we're gonna have to deal with this again. With just okay, you're just not wearing pants. You're just not wearing pants, which is fantastic. Ain't it cold though? Ain't it cold? I like your hat though. A bit steampunky, a bit Sabo-esque. Like, I'm not the type of guy to be like, oh, this is actually, Bonnie's sister. This is, what's her name? Kuma's girl. You know, this is one of her children, actually. You know? I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, she does look like other people. She looks a little bit like... I don't think she looks like Lilith at all, but... I don't know. But she could just be a person. But, whatever. Her name's Gunko. Maybe it's Junko. Maybe it's Junko. But, you know what? TCB, you wrote Gunko, so her name is Gunko. So, fuck you. Her name is Gunko. And that's what I'm taking out of this. And then a lot of this was just like... It was just like, okay, here's some Elbaf lore on just like, okay, here's like what they know about the sun god. They're ancient texts, but people misinterpret it all the time, you know. And then, Loki was this and Loki was that, you know. A lot of that... You know, we look up to Nika, all that. Was Loki a good guy? I don't know. You know. A lot of that was like the first half of the chapter. It was like, okay, good to know, but like it's not really story. It's just like exposition, really. And then like for a little bit, for like one page, we get like a conversation between Zoro and Luffy. Just like a real conversation, a real argument between the two Straw Hats, which is just like, when have we actually gotten that? It feels like since, like, the beginning of Wano. But probably not, even. I don't know. Like, when they first reunited in Wano. Like, I'm trying to think. When else? When was the last time Zoro and Luffy had a conversation, just the two of them? I literally can't think of another time since, like, Eni's Lobby. And not even Eni's Lobby, because everyone else was there post Eni's Lobby. Like, I'm really trying to think. Like, I guess Egghead, they were both, like, chilling. They were both chilling with Lucci and Kage's dead body. But that was more of just like a, woo! Man, that was crazy, wasn't it? That's all we really got out of that. That wasn't like a conversation, though. That wasn't like an argument. I don't know. But I like this part. That was my favorite part of the chapter, was like this little part right here. Why does it have 27 views? That's weird. I don't know. But I am late for work, so I need to start my job. So, yeah. But pretty good chapter. Okay chapter for most of it. I like one stuff at the end, and then Gunko. Gunko is Gunko, which is fun. Also we had Cole and Nika posing at the very beginning. But then we never saw Colin again for the rest of the chapter. And then we saw this person right here. It's like, ooh, who dis? Who dis? We'll never know. But there we go. Yeah. Maybe I'll make more One Piece videos. I was gonna make a 2024 chapter tier list, but I think it's too late for that now at this point. So I might not worry about it because I did not want to make a tier list because there were no tier lists already made on the tier list makers. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this myself. I'm too lazy. So maybe another time, but maybe I'm gonna try and make some One Piece videos, chapter reactions in this year if I stay motivated. But we'll see on that because I'm not good at that. I still have a follow-up video to the Saul video that I made, which did not get a lot. I mean, it got a lot of views, but got a lot of dislikes too, and a lot of dumb people talking about Ice Time Capsule. I don't want to hear that word no more. I don't want to hear Ice Time Capsule ever again. It's the worst. But with that, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Thank y'all for anyone who stopped by and watched and enjoyed me just yelling because that's what I do. I yell a lot, but I like One Piece, and I